Hello, welcome in everyone. I'm Coach DC, and AC is not here tonight. We've been on vacation for 10 days, and it's our first day back. We actually did a little workation, working and vacationing. Just combined it, workation. But we're both back at work today, and long day, long day. So she's finishing up some things still, and I wanted to come on because I got to thinking about something today, and I wanted to find out a little bit more about what other people thought about this and ask you guys a question about something as well. So we'll just get right into it. Welcome to our channel where we talk all things Bible, business, and ball, y'all. And I guess we need to add a little entertainment to that too, because we do some entertaining things. But here's a question that I had: do you guys remember the heaven and hell parties that we had back in the day? I don't know if any of you guys remember those. Now, if you're 35, 40, you probably not going to remember those at all. You probably not even going to know what I'm talking about, unless your mom and dad may have told you, right? Your parents, older siblings, possibly you have those. So we used to have these things back in the day. I was a very young lad growing up. I can remember probably around maybe second grade, maybe first to second grade, I believe is when the last time I actually heard about the heaven and hell parts. Now there may have been some that I just did not hear about, but I'm talking about in my community. And so what it was is this party you would have is that one side would be like heaven, right? You had cake and ice cream over there. It was bright, it was lit up. And then the other side was like hell, right? All the food was spicy, hot, right? It was just horrible. It was horrible. And so now here's the thing that I want to ask you all tonight, because I don't remember. I was so young, but I do remember these. Was that something that we did or was done around Halloween? Or was just something that was done in general, right? And of course, obviously, tonight is Halloween, and that came to my mind. I just could not remember why we did those. Was it a ministry tool in terms of making people realize, I guess I should say evangelistic tool, making people realize the difference and saying to people, you do not want to go to hell. I think most people will realize that, but like the contrast, right, between it. So if you guys could get down in the comments and share if you have knowledge about that, or if you're like, I have no idea what he's talking about. But yeah, so I remember, now I graduated in 87. So I want to say it was around the second or third grade. It's been a long time ago, obviously. But that would have put that around 77, 78. That's when I think was the last time that I personally heard about a heaven and hell party. But if you guys could share that with me in the comments. And the reason why I asked that question is because I want to get some feedback from you guys in terms of what are some of the things that you, like my case, my children are grown now. My youngest just turned 30 a couple weeks ago, and my son, my oldest, turned 34 last month. So of course it's been a long a long time since my children were small. But one of the things that I didn't do is I didn't allow them or us to participate in, Halloween, as far as going out trick or treating and, giving candy out to the children, because I understand the deeper root aspect of that, right? I understand what that, this day actually is today. So really represents, and I'm not gonna get on here and talk much about that. You'll have to do your own homework, due diligence. Because I mean, just at a simple base, I mean, you have good and evil, right? There is no gray area when it comes to that. it's either right or wrong. It's good and evil. There's no gray. I don't want to say black and white, but because it'll bring up a whole lot of stuff. But there is. It's just good and evil, right? So you have God and you have the devil, right? God is good, the devil is evil, and things are sourced from one of those sides, right? And we have to realize that. And so, even though we bring candy into it, we bring the costumes into it, and but the root of it has a very bad connotation, and obviously you can do your research to find out the truth around that. So I want to ask you guys a question tonight, if I can get some feedback from you guys in terms of, do you allow your children to participate in it? If you do, what is your belief about that? If you don't, you can share that with me. But also, the feedback around the heaven and hell parties. I just don't remember if that was around Halloween or if it was just something in general that was done. So for me, again, now one of the things that I used to do, and somebody actually just rang the doorbell before right before I started this video. Traditionally, most times it's usually dark around now. Still daylight, it's getting dark. I don't know if I know the time goes back Sunday. I don't know if it used to be the week prior, but traditionally growing up, and when my children were growing up, it would be dark around this time. So I would not turn on the porch light and shut the windows and everything, so they would kind of know. But you still get some people that come along anyway. And so I've heard people talk about, oh, we open the door and we try to teach them. Listen, I just don't believe in that, and I'm gonna tell you why. To me, if you're doing that, you're basically trying to tell people how to parent their children. Um, to me, I'm just not gonna do that. Because that's a decision that they've made, right? So if you have a platform like this or a pulpit, then you can teach on those things. It's like I would hear people going over to people's houses, could be their relatives or whoever, and trying to tell them not to smoke and drink in their own house, right? Now, if you want to tell them that's not something to do, that's fine, but you can't go to people's houses and tell them what to do. I just don't think that's right. People have a choice to do whatever they do, especially in the house. Now, if you come to my house, you can't smoke and drink, right? You can't curse and do all that cuss. Really, it's not curse, because But as far as going over to other people's houses, I just don't think that's a good idea. But anyway, I really want to get your feedback in terms of what you allow your children to do and why, and what you don't allow them to do and why. And so, yeah, if you guys will give me your feedback, I'd love to hear that. I will be checking the comments and I will be responding. All right, that's it for now. We'll talk to you soon. All right, take care. Bye.